Okay, in this video I want to just help you out drawing the finger guide here. So you got a lot of dimensions to look at. Looking down at the layout here, again we're doing front, top, and right. So your first job is to lay out the boxes that each one of these views goes in with a 1-inch space inside of there. So the total length of my part is 4.12, the width is 2.3, and the height is 1.5. So I'm currently in my no print layer, and I'm going to start by drawing the front view. So this is going to be my 4.12 comma 1.5. So there's my height and width, or height and length. I'm going to go over an inch now to separate my views, and then I'll go back to the rectangle tool to draw in my right view, which will be 2.3 by 1.5 tall. So there's those two views laid out. I'm going to then draw a 1-inch line between my front view and my top view. This view will be 4.12, so the same width as the front, and then it will be 2.3 tall, so it matches up with the right view. At this point I would add in my 45-degree line, so I'm snapping into polar 45, and that's when you are going to transfer lines between your right and top views. You can use this line to transfer those. You want to make sure those all line up. From here I would start kind of laying out this L shape here. So if we look at the dimensions, it's 0.94 over for this line, and we have 0.76 up. I'm going to go ahead and change over to my object layer, and then I'll begin to kind of draw some of these things in. So I'll trace around, and I'm going to put on, check my line weights here. Let me just delete that last line there and put on this one, check my properties, and that looks good now. Okay, so back to where we were a few seconds ago. Start to trace my way around, drag that up straight up, type in my 0.76, and then I'm going to draw this over to the side here. This is 0.94, so I'll bring that over, type in 0.94, take that down, and then I can trim off the extra bit there, so trim that piece off. At this point I'm going to start kind of laying out my right view. So in the right view you're going to have this little angle, it's down 0.44 and then up at 30 degrees. So I will drop a line down here, 0.44, and then I'm going to take that up at polar 30, and then I will delete this line, I don't need that, and then I could mirror this to the other side, so from the center of that box I created, and then I'll put in the rest of the outline of my view here. So working my way around, I will connect the top, and then I'm going to project over this point here. So I'm going to object track on my way over, draw that in. I'm going to wait to do the rest of this stuff until I get the top view done. So up in the top view I will start probably with this little angle here, so it's in 0.3 and back 1.9. So if I go up here and I'll type in my 1.9 and then do a line right here. This is my 0.3. Oh, I did that. So I'm gonna enter will undo that. 0.3, and then I can connect this back over here, and then I can get rid of the two pieces that I don't need anymore. I'm going to mirror this to the other side. So I'll grab my midpoint, mirror that up there. I'm going to lay out this circle next. So this circle is diameter 0.78 and it's 1.12 back. So from the midpoint, I'll grab that midpoint and type in 1.12, and then I'm going to draw that diameter 0.78. So center diameter 0.78, and then I'm going to grab a quadrant snap here and draw that over. Do that on the bottom as well. I can delete this line, and I can trim out this section of the circle I don't need, and then I can connect these points. And back here I have this little cutout, it's in 0.26 by 0.4, so I'll kind of add that in. So if I go back 0.26 and up this way 0.4, I can complete that. I'm going to delete this little line I drew and draw that across, and again I'll use the mirror tool to mirror those items across the midpoint, and then we'll complete the rest of the outline of our view. Next step, I'm going to bring this up. So again, I'm going to use that object tracking where I kind of hold there, and then I'll draw that line across. Now I'm going to bring over some projection lines. So I'm going to switch over to the no print, and I'm going to bring up these corners to my point there, and I'll bring that over here. I'll do that again. Bring that over. And then I can trace over that with my object layer, from there to there, and from there to there. So that gives me all the object lines up in the top view. I'm going to need to bring down this corner, so I'm going to object track off of that, drop that in there. I need to bring down the back side of this circle with a hidden line. So again, I can object track off of that, drop that in. I need to bring these notches over, so I'm just going to bring those down with a hidden line, and then I'll trim it so you can kind of see where that comes from. But I'm taking that to the 45, and then I'm taking it down, and then I will just trim out these sections here. And then I don't want to print these, so I will go ahead and delete these, or you could switch them over to no print. It works best for you. I have these points to bring down, and then I have a little bit of information over here. So I'm going to go to no print, and I'm going to bring this over, and I'll bring this down, and I'm going to bring over this corner to there, and then we'll draw over top of that with our object. So there's this feature. And our last little bit here that we have is to put these in. So I want to bring down, and again I can go to my no print for that. So I can project this over, project that down, project that over, and then I can draw this in with my object layer. And also have these to bring in, so I'll just project off of that. And your last step is to get this into a border, so I'll grab one of those over here. So I'm going to copy that border over, and I'll delete this layout stuff here. On the no print layer, I'll draw a diagonal line from corner to corner, and I'll do the same up on my drawing. So that corner down to this one, and then I want to move or copy my entire drawing from the midpoint of that diagonal line till I get the midpoint of this one. There we go. And now we're centered. Update the title block, and this thing's ready to print.